On the show is Governor Ron DeSantis. He has freshly announced his 2024 presidential campaign. Governor DeSantis, thanks for joining the show. Really appreciate it.
Hey, congratulations on the new baby, Ben.
I really appreciate that. So sweet of you. And we say hello to Casey as well. So why don't we talk about the first 24 hours of this campaign, how you think it's gone so far? Obviously, there were some technical snafus. What with...
yeah, it was just a snafu. It was not that big of a deal. This is a nerd off, dude. They're having a mid off, brother. Ben Shapiro likes DeSantis because he's just as mid as Ben Shapiro. He's like, I want a guy. A lot of people think, foolishly, that they want to vote for a guy that they can have a beer with. I want a guy who's just as fucking unlikable as I am. When I vote for someone, I want to make sure that they are unfuckable and unlikable.
Twitter Spaces, but there were tons of people watching. 700,000 people were trying to log on at the very beginning. These are big numbers.
Yeah, and actually, talking on Twitter, there are actually very many more who couldn't even get to that part of the queue, and so it caused their system to basically melt down. And they've never seen anything like it. So I think there was a huge amount of interest. Part of the reason we did do it this way is because we figured with Elon involved, that would reach a wider range of people than would just do a traditional campaign rally. And so there was a lot of buzz generated. Obviously I made the announcement, I did a little bit of a riff to start, but then a lot of it was just talking about the issues facing the country and being able to answer questions that people had. We need to do more of that in this country. We're not here to be entertainers. We're here to be leaders. And ultimately, a leader is measured by what kind of results you're ultimately able to deliver. We've delivered great results in Florida because we focused on what matters to the people of the state. And I think we'd bring that same know-how to Washington to focus on what matters to the people of the United States.
So Governor DeSantis, obviously Joe Biden has been doing a rather poor job. You're running to replace him, but standing in your way is a formidable rival. Former President Trump is the first Republican candidate to declare. So far, nobody's really laid a glove on him or drawn a strong contrast between themselves and President Trump. In sort of the national polling, he's up pretty significantly. So how do you see a difference between your candidacy, what you've been trying to do, your record, and President Trump?
Well, I think it's interesting because he's been attacking me by moving left. So this is a different guy than 2015, 2016.
This is so bad. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're going to convince the base of the Republican Party, the primary voters, that Donald Trump is actually a left. Hey, you fucking idiot. The reason why they like him is because the reason why they liked him from the start and the reason why they still continue to like him is because, yes, unlike the regular Republican cardboard cutouts like Ron DeSantis, he sometimes will say shit like, the fucking DC is corrupt. It's a swamp. Or he'll say things like, I bought all of these politicians when I was a billionaire. Or he'll say things along the lines of like, you're going to try to fucking cut Medicare and Social Security. If you literally think that those are leftist values and somehow the base of the Republican Party is going to look to that and go, whoa, you're right. We do need fiscal responsibility, actually. And we shouldn't be fucking voting for Donald Trump. You're the most delusional person I've ever met. That's why I laughed at Ron DeSantis saying, I'm running to restore sanity and also to bring back fiscal responsibility. That's the first fucking thing he said when the Twitter space finally worked out. It is so incredibly dumb to think that in a post-Trump era in the Republican Party, if you want to win an election, especially a fucking Republican primary, you have to hold on to like age-old Republican tropes like fiscal responsibility. You're an idiot.
He attacked me for opposing an amnesty bill in the Congress. He did support this amnesty, this good lot too. 2 million illegal aliens he wanted to amnesty. I opposed it because that's what America First principles dictate, that you're opposed to amnesty. He also attacked me for voting.
This part is also fucking stupid. When asked, okay, and this is one of the most interesting things about like the American reactionary movement. Americans don't actually fucking hate like the individual immigrants in their lives. This is what's so shocking about it. 75% of Americans agree. 75% of Americans, is like similar to the abortion numbers, agree to amnesty, conditional amnesty, or pathways to amnesty for those who are already inside of the country that have been living here for 10 years, 20 years, okay? It is a mind-numbing fact. When you hear about it, you're like, what the fuck? Really? No shot. I don't believe that. Yes, there are plenty of Republicans who literally agree to that. As a matter of fact, a lot of those Republicans agree to that because their fucking parents are undocumented, okay? And they've been living here. And now their children are Republicans. And I'm talking like parents who've been here for fucking 20 years, 30 years, and their kids who are now voting for the Republican Party 30 years, 40 years, okay? The idea that like Donald Trump couldn't swing a bill like that and you could actually criticize him by saying he's woke and he's leftist is so stupid. Remember, Republicans own patriotism and they own strong border control. So they can get away with making actual fucking policy changes like Ronald Reagan did, who was the most successful Republican in contemporary history, like someone that only Trump has been able to surpass in popularity. Okay. Ronald Reagan also did amnesty. You're fucking stupid if you think that like Republicans can't actually advocate for that. Just like Republicans can actually successfully advocate to, if they wanted to, which they never will, lower the military budget. Democrats can't do that because if a Democrat pushes for that, they're pussies, they're soy, they're fucking gay, and they want the they-them military to be even further diminished so that like our enemies overseas and domestic and foreign can come and fucking kill us. Okay? But a Republican could actually advocate for that. Why could they advocate for that? Because they already own patriotism. They already own the military. Donald Trump, for that reason, was able to literally eviscerate Hillary Clinton by saying he was against the Iraq War and Hillary Clinton wasn't, while simultaneously literally saying some of the most unhinged shit I've ever heard about a military veteran. Okay? He said, I like my war heroes to not be captured, about John motherfucking the Maverick McCain. That's it. If you can't comprehend how Donald Trump is able to get away with that, then you've lost the plot completely.
Against an omnibus spending bill that was bloated, full of pork, and that racked up huge amount of debt for this country. Yes, I voted against the omnibus. He signed every omnibus that was put on his desk. And so I think it's odd that he's doubling down on those positions, because those were instances in which his actions did not match his campaign rhetoric.
Is where Donald Trump has tried to draw contrast. He's been suggesting that there are high crime rates in the state of Florida. Obviously, he speaks as a sort of law and order candidate. But, we were all present for 2020, and the National Guard was not deployed despite massive rioting in America's major cities. You, as governor of Florida, actually took some pretty strong positions on crime, up to and including providing stipends for incoming police officers. Maybe you can talk about that a little bit.
Well, first of all, Florida's crime rate is at a 50-year low. That's just a fact. And it hit a 50-year low during my administration. But a lot of that is because local people, local government, local law enforcement have done a good job. But it's hit a 50-year low while crime has been spiking in other places around the country. So we're counter trend for what's been happening in the United States. One of the main reasons families have moved to
That's literally a lie. Crime has been getting lower everywhere. Everywhere is a 50-year low, not just Florida, you fucking asshole. God damn it. It's so dumb. I hate this. It's so fucking stupid.
Florida since I've been governor is because of public safety, because they know we're a law and order state. So that's delusional to say that somehow Florida, has bad crime. And you can see that in the migration patterns. People are leaving high crime areas and they're coming here. When the Floyd riots were going on in Minneapolis, I called out the National Guard in Florida immediately. I had state law enforcement deployed. We work with our local partners. We said very clearly, you're not burning cities down here. We'll put a stop to it if it happens. And sure enough, it didn't end up happening. We've also enacted legislation to crack down on rioters with tougher penalties and to prevent local governments from defunding the police. But I think one of the things that we've seen is, under the Trump administration, he enacted a bill, basically a jailbreak bill. It's called the First Step Act. It has allowed dangerous people out of prison who have now reoffended and really, really hurt a number of people. So one of the things I would want to do as president is go to Congress and seek the repeal of the First Step Act. If you are in jail, you should serve your time. And the idea that they're releasing people who have not been rehabilitated early.
Wait, what? Is he shitting on fucking Donald Trump's First Step Act? Like one of the only
Step Act. Crack down on rioters with tougher penalties and to prevent local governments from defunding the police. But I think one of the
Dude, it's like one of the good things that Trump allowed to happen, that he signed into law.
Things that we've seen is, under the Trump administration, he enacted a bill, basically a jailbreak bill. It's called the First Step Act. It has allowed dangerous people out of prison who have now reoffended and really, really hurt a number of people. So one of the things I would want to do as president is go to Congress and seek the repeal of the First Step Act. If you are in jail, you should serve your time.
Yeah, that's insane. And it would never, I don't think it would pass because like Republicans literally voted for it. That's psychotic, dude. Oh my God. He's trying to run to the right of Donald Trump, not realizing that the Republican Party and the American right is just Donald Trump. The American right is Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is the American right.
And the idea that they're releasing people who have not been rehabilitated early so that they can prey on people in our society is a huge, huge mistake.
Governor DeSantis, final question for you here, because I know you have to run. Now, President Trump has threatened to not participate in any primary debates, assuming that he will sort of be appointed by acclamation. What do you make of his threats not to engage in some sort of primary debate with any of the other candidates?
Well, look, I mean, I'm a blue collar kid. I started working for minimum wage, and I learned very early on, I'm not entitled to anything. You got to earn it in this world. And I think this nomination is something people have to earn. Nobody's entitled to be nominated. And so I intend to earn it. I think those debates are an important part of the process. So Republicans across the country can size up candidates and see what they think. I look forward to participating in them because I think we've got a great story to tell. And I think that the contrast between me and some of the other candidates, I think will be favorable. And I think it'll help us win the nomination.
Well, that is Governor Ron DeSantis. He's got a big day and a big several weeks at the minimum lined up for him. Governor DeSantis, if you want to give to his campaign, head on over to rondesantis.com. Really appreciate the time and good luck.
American voters do not want subtlety and passive aggressiveness. You can't mutter shit under your breath. You're in a primary. Get your fucking cock out and put it on the goddamn table and say, fuck you, Donald Trump. I'm going to be better than you. You fucking bitch. This all like, I will be better than friend of Fauci. Like that's terrible. That's terrible. Ron DeSantis has to say something. Like he has to say something against Donald Trump eventually. Otherwise, everyone's going to go, why the fuck would we vote for you? You know what I mean? Why would we vote for you over Donald Trump? How are you going to be better? Okay. Ron simply doesn't have that dog in him. He does not. So the media could try to hype this fucking fight up as best as they can, but we expect more from Ron DeSantis, okay? And right now, he's not giving it to us. He's not giving it to us at all, as a matter of fact. What do you expect from the guy who did this when he was running for governor originally?
Everyone knows my husband, Ron DeSantis, is endorsed by President Trump, but he's also an amazing dad. Ron loves playing with the kids.
Build the wall.
He reads stories.
Then Mr. Trump said, "You're fired." I love that part.
He's teaching Madison to talk.
Make America great again.
People say Ron's all Trump, but he is so much more.
Big league. So good.
I just thought you
I like that this entire fucking video, this entire ad is basically Ron DeSantis' wife saying he's so much more than Trump, and then him going, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not more than Trump. You're wrong."
So good.
So what's up? What's he gonna do? How's he gonna fucking challenge Trump?